All to the winner by unanimous decision, still uncloyed. Money!
Mayweather versus 38 years old, still fighting in virtually the same aggressive style as he did when he was in his 20s. One of those veteran fighters who decides that instead of walking through the fire, I'm going to tiptoe around it.
You're right, Larry. Most fighters, as they get older, they become more defensive-minded.
Some of his notable wins. Hard to choose a best performance, so many of them have been so. Although maybe the 6 knockdown annihilation of Diego Corrales was the one that most caught your eye. Let's take it up to Michael Buffer in the...
Ladies and gentlemen, from the MGM Grand of Las Vegas, Nevada, USA, Mayweather Promotions and Golden Boy Promotions, the main event of the evening. 12 rounds of boxing in the welterweight division. Sponsored by Tecate, Cerveza con Unlimited talk and text for $60 a month. StubHub, where fans buy and sell tickets. DeWalt Tools, guaranteed tough. And the motion picture Iron Man 2 in theaters Friday, May 7th, to the memory of Arthur Mercanti and Lorraine Shargan. Sanctioned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission, Chairperson Pat Lundvall, Executive Director Keith Kaiser. At ringside, the 3 judges scoring the bout, Adelaide Bird, Robert Hoyle, and Dave Moretti. And inside the ring, the of the action at the bell, referee Kenny Bayless. And now, for the tens of millions around the world and the tens of thousands here in attendance, 46 victories, including 39 knockouts, with 5 defeats and 1 no decision. From Pomona, California, the former lightweight world champion, former Roger Mayweather, wearing red and black, officially weighing in at 146 pounds. His professional record, a perfect one. 40 fights, 40 victories, including 20.
I expect a clean, tough fight. Obey my commands at all times. Okay. What I say, you must obey. Good luck. Touch him up.
After the first bell, what are we going to get tonight?
Round 1 begins. And an immediate question is, will Shane try to apply pressure? Or will Shane read Mayweather for a while and box? Most believe Mayweather and immediately get him into a physical fight.
Step back. Here we go.
And it starts with a couple of little body shots inside by Mosley. Jabbing to the body.
Work out. Come on, work out, fellas. Stop. Step back clean. There we go.
Mayweather with his left hand below his waist. Fights in a very loose, fluid style. Used his jab much more in his last assignment against Marquez than has normally been the case. Mosley starting out with the jab to the body.
Watch out! Stop!
At this stage right here, nobody's really made any contact, but Floyd's punches seem to be a little bit crisper and have a little bit more power. Mosley seems to be a little weak, a little bit looser with his coordination.
Mayweather, as usual, looks very relaxed. And that's part of what helps him to be so quick. And there's that right-hand counterpunch over the top, which is his best offensive weapon. His glove touches the canvas. Kenny Bayless rules it a slip. Mosley was trying to land a big right hand across the top. He wants to touch gloves. Mayweather wants to punch.
Mayweather toe-to-toe, but of course he's very good defensively at close quarters as well as from a distance.
Mosley got a jab to Mayweather's chin. first real connect.
No.
But Shane looks wound up and tight.
Watch your
Wound up
hands.
and tight, and actually looks a little younger and better coordinated and stronger.
Well, some of that is just the sheer relaxation, right, Emmanuel?
No, he just physically, his body's just much more firmer and compact.
Jab by Mayweather.
And you're right, he is a lot more relaxed.
That's almost to be expected. Mayweather recently has been in this position more often. Shane wanted this so badly. It's hard to imagine a fighter in more of a want-to position than Shane tonight. And that means passion, but it can also... Mosley going back to the body with his jab.
Oh, no. Watch out.
That round was mostly a war of
See
nerves.
Mosley throw a punch at right hand, barely missed the right hand and lost his balance. And, nobody's made that much of a solid contact in the entire round. But still, when
He only threw 57 punches total in round one. Mayweather landed 7 out of 23, Mosley 11 out of 34. Harold Letterman gave the first round to Sugar Shane.
I didn't see much of anything happening in the
Don't push, okay? Here we go.
They're not doing much of it.
Shane is usually a little bit more aggressive, but I think the feints and the hand speed of Mayweather's got him a little hesitant about coming in.
Well, you heard Nassim Richardson between rounds saying, I need you to settle down,
Yeah,
touching on the point we made in the first round. He
Yeah.
looks wound up and tight.
Very-
There's a hard right hand. And that may be the hardest punch that Floyd Mayweather, he's smiling about it, but Shane Mosley landed a right cross, and crunchingly so. Mayweather's trying to ward him off. Mosley up.
The same right hand that he missed with earlier and fell down, he landed it that time.
It was timing. He threw it at just the right moment. There's another right hand. Shane Mosley has brought the crowd into the fight.
Work out.
It's very rare that we've seen Mayweather get hit by a right hand the way he holds his head behind his shoulder.
Mosley's loosening up. The crowd is coming alive, and we've got to fight for a moment here. Mosley. Mayweather's knees buckled on the second right hand. Mosley drives him into the ropes, tries to go to the body. Mayweather defending well as always.
He's not really hurt.
He's going to hit in his legs. The legs don't lie.
His balance isn't as good as
He's
normal.
hurt. But he's doing one thing smart. He's tying his man up. No, he's hurt.
Not shunted to it. This chant is Mosley. Hard body shot by Sugar Shane. Too good left hand counter. Right hand.
Work out, fellas. Work out.
Yeah.
Because if the judges agreed with Harold Letterman and gave round one to Mosley, then Mayweather may suddenly be 2 rounds down on the scorecard.
Box me? Yeah, go back to boxing that motherfucker. Don't worry about getting the exchange with that motherfucker. Boxing. You beat him easy when you box. Yeah, go back to boxing. That's what we do. Box. Box.
Yeah.
Box.
Well, when he got it on the way,
He find it hard to hit you when you box.
Here you see the right hand that landed, the first one that got him in trouble, right on the chin, jab to the stomach and right hand to the chin. What started the problems. And then later on you see him land another right hand, not so clean, but it landed just enough to hurt him because of the fact that he was already dizzy, right in the temple area.
almost panic in Mayweather's boxing. Why are you fighting this fight? As we mentioned earlier, they were standing very close to each other as though Mayweather has got something to prove here.
Face between rounds, it looked almost like a look of embarrassment that he had gotten hit that way. Mayweather 11 out of 26 in the round, Mosley 18 out of 47. The big number is he threw 47 punches.
Watch the glove.
Been hurt, probably behind a couple of rounds maybe. I think he still looks much stronger to me and more coordinated than Shane.
Well, I don't don't think there's any question that he's a better boxer than Shane Mosley.
No, but he's not boxing. He's actually fighting him. I think he just physically, he's really not boxing. He wants to get in and fight with him.
There's the fighting, and now he lands a chopping right hand after his left hook. Mosley, showing his competitive spirit, wants to get back. Another royalty of round 2. Round 3 has belonged to Floyd.
But Shane seems to be very generous and seems to be having a problem dealing with Floyd's speed.
Work out, fellas. Work out. Work out.
Well, they're probably surprised. I'm sorry, Mosley probably surprised that Mayweather is the aggressor.
Definitely Floyd has changed it up in this round. And I think it's your right hand in round 2. And he wanted to dominate this round.
No, stop.
Partially blocking the left hook there. We're back to the war of nerves. As Mayweather has made an adjustment, Floyd has had an accurate punching round. Mosley's defense, or check it, Mayweather's defense has again become something of a mystery for Mosley in this round. He's hesitating because he can't seem to find anything else to do, as Mayweather has turned the momentum around.
Time!
If you get behind that jab, you'll be able to turn the hook off of that jab and drop that right in. And when he starts that crossover, we told you that step over, we worked on that, Shane. We got that ready. And I don't want you second guessing yourself. Stay behind your speed. Stop looking to hurt him. It's going to come, Shane. That's the difference. We discussed this, son.
Hey, look, the main thing you gotta do is keep working with that stick. That stick. Here, want more water? Keep that head painting, keep thinking. The main thing you gotta use that.
Roger Mayweather wants Floyd Mayweather to keep jabbing, keep feinting, keep boxing. Now see Richardson, and not try to go for a knockout, just simply try to land punches and box. Harold had to have it through 3.
Look at Jim, 2 rounds to 1, 29-28, Sugar Shane Mosley. Jim, in round 1, I thought Mosley landed the clean, effective shots with that left, the left chin. He won it big, he landed the power shots. But in round 3, Floyd Mayweather planted his feet, would throw the left jab, and then that hard right hand. And I mean hard right hand. There's a lot of power. Get him off first. Either he gets off with a left hook or he gets off with a straight right. 2-1, Shane Mosley.
Already Mosley has produced some fireworks against Mayweather. Mayweather watchers will remember that a few years ago here in Las Vegas, Zab Judah got instantly subdued by Mayweather's defense in the middle rounds, and then late in the fight, Mayweather was toying with him, landing his right hand over the top. Well, let's see what happens to Mosley.
One of the most effective punches I thought that Shane would be utilizing a lot more would be his left jab. But he's not jabbing Mayweather's out jabbing him for the most part, even though he doesn't jab that much. But Shane should be working his jab a lot more.
Is it because Mayweather's been able to counter his jab?
I don't know, whatever it is, but he hasn't been throwing it that much. And just the speed of Mayweather in his hand and his physical strength is just tone, and his punches doesn't have the power.
And Floyd is fighting more offensively at this stage of the fight than is usually the case. Particularly, he stepped it up in round 3 to respond to Mosley's assault with a couple of right hands in round 2.
I think, Jim, that's because he believes he's the superior eyes on Mosley's mistakes or slowness. And that's why he's staying as close to him as he is.
Hard right hand by Mayweather.
I don't believe that punch landed, but he is, whatever Mosley was expecting, I doubt it was this.
Mosley is no longer throwing much.
No, he's actually fighting Mayweather style now. A lot of feint, hesitation, jerky moves, and that is what Floyd wanted. Floyd has got him fighting right in the mode that he wants.
Yeah, you know, when fighters are used to being the fastest guy in the ring, he's as fast or faster, It changes everything. And maybe that's what it's changing in Mosley.
Here you see Shane coming in with his body in a position where it shouldn't be really, and he's getting called a right hand by Floyd right over his low left shoulder.
9 out of 32. That surprises me. I don't know that I saw Mosley throw 32 punches in that round, but maybe I wasn't looking carefully enough. Oh, excuse me. That was the average. That was the average through round 4. Average, Mayweather 12 out of 31, Mosley 9 out of 30. Underlines your point, Emmanuel, that Mosley is fighting Mayweather's fight.
Yes, he's fighting. Her volume of punches is down, and Mayweather's a much more accurate pinpoint puncher when you're fighting on this level and at this tempo.
In the second round, Mosley got off 47 of 48 punches. That's the pace at which he wants to fight. But when you can't see the target, or you're worried about the counter coming back, it's much harder to release your hands.
Go, hold it. No. Let him up. Don't go. You're going forward. Okay, there he goes. And you're holding, okay? Here, touch him up, fellas. Touch him up.
Kenny Bayless has taken a very active role in the first 5 rounds of this fight.
And the dressing room.
No. Let him up.
Well, as he should. It's been a good sparring session so far.
Good left hook by Mayweather. You know, regularity, the left hook and the right cross. Most often they are opportunity punches thrown at openings that the opponent creates for him, but sometimes he will step in and lead. And his timing is so good, and he's so quick, and he lands that way.
No. Keep it clean, fellas. There we go.
You almost wonder if Mosley damaged his own rhythm and fight plan by landing those 2 big right hands in the second round.
Yes, but I don't think, and
Work out.
Shane just lost his own rhythm. And he came to Floyd, looks way much stronger, much more sturdier, much faster than his. And more comfortable. He's right in his comfort zone where he wants to fight. Which is exactly what Shane should have tried to change and not let happen. He can do anything, to be honest. I think that Mayweather's physically too strong and young for him. I'm surprised. I thought it would be a much more tighter competitive fight, and maybe Shane would have been the physical fighter.
Keep him in front.
Larry's point is quite well taken. When you've been the physically gifted, at 165, Mosley is throwing 33 punches per round. That is a Floyd Mayweather pace.
Mayweather has been making, Mosley's been making Mayweather a little wild too at times, which you're not that used to seeing.
But you know, the tempo is just where Floyd's favorite punch is at the pullback check, left hook, pulling Mosley in and catching him coming in with a pullback hook, or either hits a little lunging left hook where he loads up and springs all the those. He very seldom puts combinations together. You don't see Floyd throw 3, 4, 5, 6 shots the way that Sugar Ray, because he's always going to be in balance, and he want to make sure he's going to be back in the defensive mode if he misses. But
well, he's
That was a stunning shot from Mayweather right on the button.
again over the left hand, which Shane holds low.
And Shane is not holding his left hand up to block it, nor is he rolling the punch either. Just if he's out of position, you may see him get hit with more right hands as the fight goes on. Because Floyd is getting closer and closer. He's trying to get closer so he can land the right hand easier.
Another stunning right hand by Mayweather, the big left hook.
But you know, Floyd has landed the punches, but he never pushed more than 2 shots. Very seldom he's going to that. But Shane is coming in and committing himself. But for whatever reason, his hands seem to be real loose and real rubbery. And Floyd's are very much more compact and more powerful, much more body weight.
Shane Mosley spent 6 or 7 weeks in the gym training to fight Andre Berto in a fight that was scheduled for January 30 and went by the wayside after the earthquake in Haiti. Then, of course, for this fight, is it possible he's overtrained?
It's very possible. Your body has to recuperate. You can't just keep in training all the time.
Is it possible he could have withstood that better?
Here you see Floyd land typical shots the way he landed. Short, clean, accurate punches. And the closer and closer that he gets to Shane, the more and more he's going to land those punches.
Statistically, that was his best round for Mayweather. 22 out of 42. High for the fight. 11 outs, that's 70%. Harold, how do you have it through 6?
Look at you, 58, 56, 4 rounds to 2. Floyd Mayweather. He gets off first, he blinds you with that left jab, and then he puts that straight right hand in there like an arrow, hits Mosley on the jaw with it. Really good, nice combination, deep right hand. I mean, you know, Mayweather gets off first all the time, and I think that's what does it in the eyes of the judges. He sort of blinds Mosley, and then he whacks Mayweather.
Emmanuel, Shane Mosley's jab does not appear to have had a big effect for him in the fight.
No, in fact, punches, it seems like he's not even closing his hand. His punches are too loose. He's doing jingling punches, I call them. And Mayweather's got much more power and explosiveness.
With which Mosley terrorized opponents in the lightweight division. Is it just impossible to land it against Floyd Mayweather?
I think Floyd has just got him into the zone and the Pastone's chain totally off track. And he can't get his rhythm to go on.
I'm trying to see where the power shots are. I don't see much power. I just think Floyd is out quick.
CompuBox calls everything other than a jab a power shot. If it's a hook, if it's a straight right hand, if it's a body punch, if it's an uppercut, it's a power shot. Other than a jab.
Those are good shots.
Lost respect for Shane's punching power, too. That's why he's coming in. Now, you realize that Shane is punching with a loose wrist. His hands are not even closed. And so he...
I think most nights Floyd Mayweather isn't thinking knockout, is thinking of winning every round. Just allows it to happen according to his own skill level because he's found it so easily to hit Mosley with right-hand shots.
Yeah, he's still a very, very cautious fighter. Still.
Mosley redoubling his effort here, trying to throw combinations. What about more right hand isn't working?
From Mosley?
Yeah.
Well, his right hand is better than the jab, but all of it is loose. Nothing is really tight body weight behind it.
Time!
Edge in total connects over the course of the last 2 rounds. According to CompuBox count, Emmanuel asking Shane Mosley to wake up and get back in the fight. I sense that he's already worried about his fighter's ability to withstand.
And the expression in his face between rounds, he's not comfortable with the situation, meaning Shane at all. And Floyd seems to be totally...
No, that's a hard warning, sir. They don't do it. Here we go.
Okay, Kenny Bayless is warning Shane Mosley
Keep it clean.
for simply... Two fighters are talking to each other, and while Shane's talking, Mayweather hits him with a left hook and a right hand.
That's what he should do. I mean, it's not time to have a conversation.
Absolutely right. This isn't time to talk. But Mayweather's talking along with Mosley. They are chatting with each other in the middle of the friendly.
I'm a little surprised. I hate to say this because I never expected this, but I never thought I would see it this much. Totally different from the fighter that I saw that fought Margarito.
Well,
Margarito
may have been his last. You can stop the clock, but you can't stop time.
And also, you look at the style of Mayweather. Mayweather's really got him right into fighting his
fight. Was big and strong. Mosley was far faster than Margarito. That is not the situation he's looking at tonight.
Shane can't handle the speed and the coordination of Mayweather. It's that simple. There's no...
Mayweather is grinning now at our announce table. This is completely in control of a fight.
Yeah, and Shane's face tells me he's a defeated man. I mean, I think the spirit and everything is gone.
Most fans on the far side of the ring are standing up. I think that's because of the skirmishes that we've had in this round. The two physical altercations.
But they're all on edge, I think, thinking that Mayweather's going to knock him out.
Incidentally, one of the fans who was standing, Irvin Magic Johnson, and if Irvin is standing, you don't want to have the seat behind him.
But he still is playing it safe. He doesn't let combinations go with 4 or 5 combinations. And Shane should be glad.
I think it may be convenient to suggest that this is because Mosley's 38 and he's getting... I don't buy that. A lot of people thought this was a close to even fight, even though the odds were so wide in Mayweather's favor. There were ringsiders who believe they're showing you again that his skill level is different from other people.
I was one of those that thought that this would have been a much more tighter competitive fight than this.
3 people who gave Mosley a really serious chance.
Well, I was one of them.
Okay, and the odds accurate that virtually everybody was picking Mayweather, whether they had an affection for him or not. They were picking Mayweather. This is something unexpected. I think what is unexpected is that Mayweather has stood his ground. He hasn't been just trying to box and get out of the way. He accurately scouted Shane for not being a pure boxer and is taking advantage of it.
Stop.
That was a perfect example. Shane threw about 5 of them little jiggly punches, and Floyd threw one little short one, about 7 of those little pity pat shots.
Stop.
Agreed.
We got to work out, fellas. Come on, here we go. Watch your heads.
Good left hook by Floyd Mayweather. The right hand brushed the base. Mosley missing over the top with the right hand. Throw that many of them in recent rounds.
Yeah, what they are Hale Mosleys. They're just not getting there.
Work out. Watch your heads, fellas. Work out. Stop. No. That's all right. Let me break, okay? All right, here we go.
As this fight winds down, more and more think about Mayweather and Pacquiao.
Buddy, I'm sitting here thinking about her already.
Here you see Floyd Mayweather with a nice counter, short right hand. Roll, come back with the counter right hand. Here he comes back with another one. Shane doesn't have any defense, and his reflexes are not sharp enough to get away from those right hands.
There's another near-perfect round for Mayweather the way he fights. 17 out of 43 for Floyd, 40% by CompuBox to have thrown 45 punches in that round, and he landed 3. Harold, how do you have it?
88, 83, 7 rounds to 2, Floyd Mayweather. Jim, I've got Floyd winning 7 rounds in a row. I mean, he's in this fight with that hard lead right hand, with the left jabs. I mean, when the guy gets off first, he kills Shane. When he gets off first, just like that, he just stops Mosley. But even when he does up, times him, sets it up, and throws that straight hard right hand. 7-2, Mayweather.
I'm guessing that CompuBox has counted at least 30 Sugar Shane Mosley fights. I'm guessing that in all those fights, you'd be hard-pressed to find any other round that was as 3 out of 45. There's a landed punch for Mosley, and Mayweather comes right back with the counter right hand. Body shot for Mayweather. Mosley slipping or trying to.
The general feeling after the negotiation between Mayweather and Pacquiao broke down.
Come on, let's work out of there.
Was that Mayweather had to find an opponent that the public and the experts would accept. That if he took a lesser opponent that it would seem he was ducking, and that's why he took Mosley, and he is proving his point right here.
Mosley has landed some leather in the right hands, landed a straight left jab there. He just hasn't gotten anything solid onto Mayweather, which might change the momentum of the fight.
Never seen Mosley in this kind of peekaboo style. Have you?
No, I've never saw the expression on his face to being defeated. He doesn't have any as compared to what he's had before in the past. The only thing he's got is a real fire in him that he's always said. If he gets hit, he'll fire right back.
Crowd is now rising in the excitement of watching Mayweather do his thing and wondering whether he's going to finish.
And the referee, Kenny Bayless, is positioning himself to a Mosley.
Stop, stop.
10 rounds in the books.
Well, he's saying the right thing, but there's nothing that Shane can do with this situation too much. He doesn't have the coordination, the power, you know, to be a real problem for Mayweather right now.
Mosley's had some late knockouts, notably against Ricardo Mayorga. Mayweather, generally at this moment in the fight, is content to continue asserting his dominant record according to how many knockouts there are. His thing is to outbox you. And he's done that clearly against Shane.
It's interesting that he's beaten Mosley in a more dominating way than he's De La Hoya. Of course, Mosley beat De La Hoya twice. Hoya gave Mayweather a better fight.
Some people believe De La Hoya won the second fight against Mosley, this grouping that night. And, of course, one difference is, a lot of people say if you want to fight Floyd and you want to have any success at all, then you better start with a great jab. Mosley has never had the really great jab, right, Emmanuel?
No, he's like a rubber wrist. He doesn't have any power in his jab.
Just to follow the point through Larry's comparison, De La Hoya did have an excellent jab.
De La Hoya one of the greatest jabs in boxing.
So the reason that De La Hoya was not as one-sidedly beaten as Mosley appears to be at this moment.
Stop. Here we go.
In fact, for about 7 rounds, Oscar De La Hoya with Floyd Mayweather because of that jab. And it was only when he began missing with the jab and then eventually stopped throwing it that
Stop.
Here, the takeover began in round 3 after Shane Mosley had some fireworks that lit up the crowd.
Well, actually, at the end of the first round, I saw right away that Paul was going to take over the fight. Even though he'd been hurt that round, I saw he survived it, and his focus, his eyes, his intensity is way better than Shane is.
Another hard right hand by Mayweather. He's missing. I don't know if he's done what Naz Richardson told him to do, move his head, step over. I haven't seen it. I don't know that I've ever seen a trainer make the fighter verbally repeat the instruction the way Naz. Well, we're 1 round away from what...
Fellas, keep it clean.
Well, let's see if Shane Mosley has plan Z.
In front.
Mayweather's round-by-round winnings on Harold Letterman's unofficial scorecard.
Up, bring him up,
Left
Shane.
hook to the body. I've been looking for it all night. Shane Mosley.
Stop. Heads, fellas, watch the heads.
Good left hook by Mayweather. Mayweather was able to get in a shaft of a right hand, too.
Stop back. Here we go, fellas. Come on, work out. Stop.
Another left hook to the body by Mosley.
No, let him up. Step back. Work out, fellas. Come on, work out. Stop. Come on, fellas. Stop the wrestling, too. Stop.
So you have have to assume that once this will be about the subject we spent the first part of the year discussing, or the latter part of last year discussing, and that's Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao. The difference would be speed.
Well, Pacquiao's pretty fast himself.
That's the point. Faster than Floyd. That's the question going into that fight. Since the moment in 1992 when Vernon Forrest upended him in the Olympic trials and prevented Shane Mosley from going as a star with Oscar De La Hoya. Shane Mosley has been fighting for recognition, fighting for singularity, tried to get the public to see him as the star which many people in boxing saw him as. This was the chance. This was the question now. Did it just come too late? Or is it a situation where Shane Mosley, like every other one of the discovers that Floyd Mayweather's skill level, Floyd Mayweather's conditioning, Floyd Mayweather's application at this moment, unique. And he stands alone.
Shane Mosley, over 18 years, will stand the test of time. Tonight, it could not stand against a younger, better.
How you feel, man?
A warm moment for most of Mayweather's corner, Nate Jones and Leonard Ellerby. Floyd, for his part, looking relaxed, collected, not even winded.
No, it wasn't even really a tough gym workout for the most part.
That's how good he is.
After the first round, and thank God that he's not a really aggressive guy, because if he had, he would have knocked Shane out. It's just the fact that he wouldn't commit too much. If he'd have sat down and shot 5 or 6, 7 shots, it would have been over with.
Let's start the fight, and it's something of a one-note tune with the exception of the second round. So in case somehow you joined us late, it was a war of nerves. Not much happened. Shane Mosley landed that big right hand in the second round, and Mayweather immediately grabbed the right hand. Then, when watch Mayweather's front knee buckle, and at that moment the crowd went wild, thinking that Shane Mosley was proving that he had a 3-4. Mayweather stepped up and made the point emphatically that round 2 was an anomaly, and the pattern seen several times before. The faster, more well-coordinated fighter using his defense to frustrate the opponent, and when he wants to, throwing only when he wants to, not trading, boxing, selecting, dictating, and ruling the fight against Shane Mosley. He won every round from the second round on. Now let's go to Michael Buffer with the scores.
From the to the scorecards, Adelaide Bird and Dave Moretti score the bout 119, 18 to 110.